Hello and welcome back to Arcanum, of Steamworks and Magic Obscura. When we last left off, well, we finally found our way to the other side of these mountains. Unfortunately, it involves going through Hadrin's Path, which is not a particularly nice place. Master hurt people bad. I don't want to, but, you know, I know how this thing is going to end. Also, Jenna, where the hell are you? Ah, there you are. Ow. Oh boy. Let's see. I guess I'll start with the wolf. Haha. Did you find your sword? That's perfectly fine. Oh, gee, I forgot how big these broadswords are. There we go. Okay. I think in order for us to trade, I will first have to get enough room for you to hold it, theoretically. There we go. All right. That don't look good. Yeti and more shiver beasts. Great. Ah, you were the one that decided to attack us. Nice. Jeez. Yeah, that's why dog is broken, he does like 50 points of damage when he feels like it. Oh. Fell on the ice. Let you come to me. Nice. Oh, another demon. It didn't do nearly as much as I'd like. And some more wolves, I guess. Well, yeah, this is a kind of boring and slow going video. Hopefully this will get me some more experience points. Ow. You came right down, right for Virgil. Interesting. And of course the demon. Oh, there's a bunch more up there. Might as well do a quick save here. You guys take a run up. Yep, heal dog. Nice. Yeah, you don't mess with dog. As I keep freaking falling on the ice. Ow. Okay. And we are through. And now if we want to get from this end to this end, we don't have to go through that dungeon anymore. But let's head to the large elven community of Qintarra. And just take a nap until morning. Not sure what that sound is, but it's ominous. Greetings, Outlander. Welcome to the elven city of Qintarra. Greetings to you. Were it my choice, Orc, you would not be allowed into the sacred tree city, but elven law allows even your kind to enter Qintarra. I sincerely hope you give me an excuse to remove you. You may pass. Thanks. Good day. So, we are currently in the elven city of Qintarra. And as a half-orc, we're not particularly welcome. Yes, what do you want? Hello, sir. May I ask your name? My name is Mr. Wind, Master of the Hunt. It's a pleasure to meet you. Pleasure is mine. You said you were the Master of the Hunt. We have a group of hunters who supply Qintarra with food and other supplies. I am their commander. I see. Are there lots of hunters in Qintarra? No, we are a small community here. We never have need to hunt more than 3 or 4 hunters at any given time. Say, do you happen to know the hour? Sure, I've actually got a watch, much better than staring at the sun. I'm very worried. There's a hunter who left here yesterday. He hasn't returned. Normally I'd not be concerned, but he was hunting in the forest near the dark fens. There's strange things in those swamps. That is worrisome. Could I be of help? Would you? I need to go on another hunt, but I could tell you where he was hunting, and you could travel there. I'm sure it's nothing, but I get worried about my hunters. If you could see to it that he's safely on his way home, I could offer you some elven chainmail. All right, done. Thank you so much. I'll mark your map with the general area of where he was hunting. Good luck to you. I'll be going now. Alright. So let me pop up my map of Qintarra. Alright. So that woman we're not going to talk to for a while. She wants to head over to Toronto, but remember Thormund, if, we didn't go directly to where they wanted to go, they get pissed off and just leave. Yeah. Swift is like that. So we're not going to do that quest just yet. Okay. But what I want to do is head where I'm supposed to go. Really? I'm moving along on the main quest? Yes and no.
Greetings, stranger. What is it you need?
I'm sorry, I don't believe we've met.
No, you're correct. We've never met.
Okay. Okay, what's your name, madame?
My name is very old and very long. Perhaps it would be best if you simply called me Raven.
Interesting. Do you have a moment?
Of course.
I'd like to ask you a few questions.
Certainly. How can I help you?
Well, I need to speak with the Silver Lady.
The Silver Lady? Oh, you mean my mother. That's quite a request, and one not so easily granted.
Believe me, Raven, she's gonna want to speak with me.
And believe me when I tell you that no one sees my mother until I see it as necessary. She may be our queen, but I oversee the daily matters here in Qintarra.
I see. How can I convince you of the urgency of my quest?
You'll have your chance. Forgive me if I seem a little abrupt, but I've many things on my mind today, and there's much to be done. Once I've taken care of some of the more pressing matters, I'll talk with you about your needs.
I understand. Perhaps I could be of service then.
Your offer is greatly appreciated, my friend. We'd appreciate any help you might be willing to give.
My pleasure. What can I do for you?
There is a group of humans camped about a day's journey from here. We know not what they want, but where humans go, trouble usually follows.
What would you like me to do?
The place they are camped at is called Falcon's Egg, and it is considered a holy place for the elves of Qintarra. We would like you to find out why the humans are there and remove them.
Alright. I have a few questions about this.
Of course. What would you like to know?
Falcon's Egg, what sort of place is it?
Falcon's Egg, as I told you, is elven holy ground. Many years ago there was an elven queen, and her name was Falcon. She was out hunting one day and with her bow shot a stag. When she had caught up with it, it was lying next to a pool of water, slowly bleeding from a wound in its side.
And what happened?
The stag spoke to her, and within it were the spirits of the elves who had become the soul of the stag, and with her arrow she had pierced both it and them. And they were both sad and afraid, as the stag's life was their own, and when it died, so would they.
So what did Falcon do?
She could do nothing. She sat with the stag's head in her arms, sang its stories, and washed its wound with her tears. And the ache in her heart grew as the old elven voices faded, grew so much that when they finally passed, she passed with them.
That is indeed a sad story. A few more questions about this business.
Of course. What would you like to know?
These humans, how should they be removed?
It doesn't matter to me how you remove them, but you must understand this. Under no circumstances are you to shed blood on that ground. The spirits there exact their price, and you do not want to pay it. Do you understand? Do not raise your hand against another.
All clear. A few more questions.
Of course. What would you like to know?
How do I get to Falcon's Egg?
It's not far from here. I'll mark your map with the location.
Thank you. I'll be back when this job is done. Luckily, this shouldn't be that difficult of a quest, but it will be the beginning of another quest. Well, one that we've technically already begun. But let's head off to Falcon's Egg. Plenty of bunnies and the like. Remember, do not spill blood here. What do you need help with, madame? Hello, sir, and who are you? I am William Bench, outdoorsman and naturalist, and head of this bunch you see here. Who might you be? I'm Elissa, a pleasure. May I speak with you? Certainly. What are you doing here? I'm a surveyor, and this is my team. We're employed by the Torringsdale Logging Company. We have a contract to map out the surrounding lands, which were recently purchased by Torringsdale, and report the usability of its resources. Fairly standard job, really. Well, you may have a problem here, Mr. Bench. Oh, really? What that might be? Unfortunately, you're not supposed to be here. I see no problem here, stranger. In fact, I'm going to have to ask you to leave. This here is private property. You're trespassing. I think I'll be able to persuade you to otherwise. Really? Listen, friend. I'm here to do a job. William Bench is a man of his word, and Torringsdale expects a report on his desk in a week. I don't think there's much you're going to be able to say that'll dissuade me from what I'm doing here. You might think differently if you knew who I represent. Whom you represent? I see. Let me guess. You're one of them blokes from Wexdale Lumber, right? Wait, I see it all. You're here to tell me that you have the legal rights to this land. You're half correct, but I'm not here from Wexdale Lumber. Oh? Who then? Gilbert Bates. I represent Gilbert Bates. This is true. I am representative of Gilbert Bates out here. Bates? Bates? What interest would Gilbert Bates have in logging? Man supplies the engines for our clear cutting. Well, he is thinking of getting into the logging business. Mr. Bates in the logging business? But he owns so much already. Why would someone with such obvious monopoly in his field of expertise want to take over logging as well? He sees an opportunity. Are you going to question him? No, of course not. I'm not saying I'll question Mr. Bates' judgment. But what exactly are you doing here? I mean, this land is owned by Torringsdale. I never met a surveyor with such a bad sense of direction. I'm a surveyor, Elissa. Relatives, it's my job to be correct in matters of knowing exactly where I am. Perhaps Mr. Bates has made the mistake, or you! He steps closer, as if we were friends. Well, Mr. Bates is contesting the Torringsdale claim anyhow. In court? I have legal documents here stating the validity of Torringsdale claim. How could Mr. Bates contest this? Do you really think legality is a concern of Mr. Bates? No, I see your point. Now, what exactly are you proposing? I still have a job to do, but I'm not one to make the wrong sort of enemies. Maybe Mr. Bates is looking to do some business here. Well, perhaps I could put in a good word for you. That, my friend, would be very much appreciated. I'm thinking our little party might have fallen into some difficulties. You know, hazard of the trade. Perhaps a violent storm, and since we lost all provisions, you had to go back early. Very nice, William. Thank you, Elissa. I always was a good storyteller, and you'll make sure to pass on my name to Mr. Bates. He'll be in need of surveyors as well. I'll say that you can always rely on Mr. Bench. Right, we'll get packed right away and leave. I'll look forward to hearing from you soon. Haha! And we gained a level. Okay. Gonna call this for a video, and when we come back, they left all their stuff. Oh well. Have a good one, folks.